Alright boys, we're going to start off by showing you this peak right here. And I know it looks a bit weird from this angle, but just imagine that this metal wall would be your opponent's wall. I want to show you what it looks like from the opponent's perspective first before I show you how to do it. Then I'm going to show you a few other ones and hopefully they come out helpful, man, because they helped me a lot. And I haven't really seen a lot of pro players do this one. This is kind of something I have just developed. You know, like everybody has that kind of weird edit. This one is actually quite effective. So look where I am right now, okay? Imagine if I'm sitting on that stairs like this, okay? So if I go in here, up here, and I'm sitting on this stairs, I'll show you how to pull off this edit real quickly as well. And even for controller players, look at the peak you have. You have such an overpowered peak if your opponent pulls this peak on you, and he can't hit you. He can't hit you from basically nowhere. Like if you're in here, if he has right hand peak here, first of all, it's so hard for him to pull that shot off if he has a right hand peak using the side wall like most pro players do. If he's head on here, he can't hit you, you can't hit him, unfortunately. But like, look, he's not hitting you. So the only way he can really hit you is in a neutral position like this. And at that, it's quite hard if you're moving. Now, to pull off an edit like this is actually pretty simple. First of all, you can't pull it off with the ramp over your head like this. So you can't pull it off with the ramp like this. Okay, so this is an advantage. So let's say you hit him like this, okay, and then you jump. Okay, and then when this resets, what you do is you pull it back like this, jump up, and then it's really easy if you've got confirm edit on release. So as soon as you are in this edit, you can't be hit. If you're in this corner, nobody can hit you, especially if you're here. Okay? And then what you can even do is you can crouch peek like that. Look at that. Look how effective that is. Okay, you can hit so many, like, even like this. You're a bit open here, so I don't recommend it. But like, if you're trying to take them like that, you can. And it gives you so many, like, you can even like exploit in certain angles from here. If there's someone holding this wall, you can exploit in like that. And the thing that makes it super secure is that, let's say you need to dip. You just keep like reversing into a corner, right? So hold movement into a corner and then reset and you drop straight down. And then again, you can go for an edit like this again. So it's so overpowered, man. I personally like that edit so much. I don't use it enough and it's just off the roof, man. I'm going to show you this next edit right now. Again, this is another one of those edits that you don't see too many pros using. Personally, like, I love this edit and I've actually never seen anyone do it. This is just another one of those things that I develop in my free time. Literally just like 50 seconds before this video started. But look how overpowered this is, right? So you have your ramp, okay? And you go like this. You half your ramp. So now, obviously, you know, most people would go under the ramp and exploit in. But look at this. This isn't an exploit, by the way. But see if you're up here. Okay, look how easy it is to pickaxe that wall. Okay, very simple. And can you be hit up here from the guy in that box? 100% no. There's no way. Like, if you're the opponent inside this box, look, it is so hard to hit the opponent because remember, you're up here on this bit. You're standing on this. Okay, so you can't see that tip right there. You get me? You can't see it. You can't hit him from inside the box. So that's super overpowered. And the thing is, you being right up here means you can't get coned or floored because you're so near the edge. It will just yellow. So you can't be coned or floored into the box or out of the box. It just goes yellow. And what you can do is, like, you can catch this wall super easy. And now your own wall is down. And then from here, I personally like doing an edit like this. Because the opponent doesn't have a clue what's going on. He actually will think there's no wall there if you do it fast enough. So then what you do is you do it. And then instantly flip this around and you have right hand peek here. So when it's done like properly, when you have your ramp like this, okay, you can actually just flip it by going straight down the middle like this. And you have right hand peek instantly. So when it's done fast, it does look a bit something like this. I don't know if I'm going to bottle this, but I'll give you my best attempt. So you have it. Then you go for your edit like this. And then you have right hand peek on him. You can probably even get a ramp in if you're fast enough. So that's the second edit. Pretty useful. It's a bit harder to pull off than the first one. And a lot harder than other edits. But I will show you another one right now. Okay, so with this third one, it's actually pretty simple. And it doesn't involve anything too complicated. It's pretty simple. So, you know, you have your Dorito edit where you go like this and you jump and shoot, okay? But if you can master movement and momentum, you can kind of jump like this and come back a bit. So when you jump, see the way I come back? Almost like a backwards C. I jump this way and sometimes can bend myself back. So like that. You get me? You kind of stay in the same place. And what you can do with this is actually juke your opponent out. So I'll do it very slowly first. So you pull a top edit like this, okay? And then what you do is you jump and come back. So I know it looks a bit stupid when you go slow-mo, but it's almost like that. You kind of run like this and hop back, and then you quickly reset and get an angle off here. So I know it looks stupid, but you'll see why it's overpowered in a minute. So you edit like this, and you have to get that momentum down. It's so hard, and it's almost like you bait your opponent out by jumping back. And see the way you have right hand peek here because of this wall. So that's very overpowered. You still have your right hand peek, and then you can get a shot off. More than likely your opponent will be here. But the reason why it's so overpowered is because when you open and edit like this, okay, assuming let's say you have a cone in here, okay, your opponent can't really do much. You can't build a ramp. So what's he gonna do? Okay, he's gonna aim up here. Okay, if you have a cone in here, he's gonna aim. He's gonna probably stay over here because that makes sense, and he's gonna aim up here. Okay, and what he's actually doing by being in this corner, he gives like he has a shit angle on you right now, and you're gonna like bait him, so you might get a shot off. Okay, when you jump like that and bait him, but then when you reset and open like this, his crosshair is still gonna be up here along this corner because that's where you'd aim. You know, you're gonna be pre-firing, pre-aiming, but then when you reset it and go like this and shoot him right here, it's so overpowered because he's left-hand peek, and anywhere in this box you can hit him. You can jump and hit him there. You can, you know, crouch peek him from here and hit him. But it's overpowered, and I want to try and get the momentum right on the jump like that. Yeah, I mean, I can't. It's hard to do that edit at this angle, but like, you see the way that baits him. You can't really you don't really expose yourself too much. So it's like, damn, it's actually hard to do it, man. I'm not gonna lie, like that. But it's just that last peek. I can do it. I just can't do it like as fast as my guy's moving. So you can slow it down and do something like that. You get me? But it's still super effective on baiting your opponent's crosshair. And that's the main thing you're trying to achieve here. And I'm going to show you another edit that's similar to this, but not as complicated. Alright boys, so this peek right here might be the most overpowered peek in the game and for taking walls. I'm going to show you what it is right now. Now this like can be used as an exploit. I know people can do this, and you can exploit in at the right angle. You can also do this, and you can exploit in the right way. I actually forget how to do this one, but it's pretty similar. I think it's actually like this. Actually, I don't even know how to do it, man, to be honest with you. I really don't. There's an exploit like this. Doesn't work anymore. No, it does. You go like this, and then you crouch down at the last second, and it will exploit you in. See the way you get stuck here? So it has to force you in one direction, but that's not what I'm here about. I'm here about this. Look how overpowered this peek is, right? You know, right hand peek, jump shot, crouch shot, whatever you want you can do with this door. But what people don't do is this. Wait, wrong door. Actually, you have to get the crosshair placement just right. Like literally hit the top of this. See the way? You hit that top bamboo strip, and you can break that wall. So what you're doing right now is claiming a wall where you can't even be shot at. And because of the way you're looking, if there's a roof on the box, more than likely, it will snap straight in. If you get me, the build snaps straight in. Sometimes when you look high like this, it places the wall over there like that. You get me? Because you look higher rather than looking down. You get me? But with this, because there's usually builds around it, that is so overpowered. And then from here, you can go for a top 3 edit like that. You can do something real overpowered like this. I think this will look insane. It's something like that. Because it minimizes the angles you can be hit from. You get me? Or you can do the thing that we just did previously, where you do an edit like this, reset it, catch your edit like that, and get him again. You bait his crosshair over. Or just a window edit like this. Just something to bait his crosshair away from you because he knows you're behind that door. That is overpowered alone, though, just claiming the wall like that. That's something I've just realized. I haven't seen that from a video, boys, so that's a good reason to sub. I literally just came up with it 30 seconds ago, man. Shit like that is so overpowered. And I'm going to show one more, and this one's going to be pretty good, man. Alright, boys, I'm about to show you the most overpowered peek in the game that everybody does wrong. You have your Dorito edit. First of all, I did that edit wrong. Look where I'm standing. Look at this. Me being here is like perspective, if you get me. If somebody else is here, he can like just jump and hit you. You get me? He can be all the way back here and jump and hit you. But the thing is, if you're touching this wall right here, like literally touching it, he can't hit you from back here. He can't jump shot you from back in the back of his box. It's impossible for him to hit you when you're like this. You get me? When you're like that. Because you're so tight to the wall. Most people will start this edit from back here. You get me? And there is a good reason, like, you can do that. You get me? And usually this wall, this ramp will get yellowed if your back is up against stuff like this. You get me? That's understandable. Okay, but that's not how you should approach this peak. You should back up if things are going wrong. But for this peak, you should be tight to this like that. Very simple. And you can throw in another trick from momentum. So another great thing to do is, obviously you want this side. You want to be on this side to get the right hand peak. You get me? You want to be on this line. So to do that is something like this. Look. You don't want to get stuck in the edit, man. But you want to go like that. You get me? What happens is, that automatically makes you going flying through the air. It's a lot more harder to hit, right? If someone goes like that, well, if they actually get the edit off, they actually have to be good for us to do it like that. You get me? If someone can get this edit off, You don't even need to make it that drastic. And the later you do the edit, the less predictable it is. You get me? Because the first thing they're doing is, if you edit it static, okay? Obviously, like I said, that's a good edit to pull off. But where are you? You're dead center of the tile, and you're static. So, where's his crosshair going to be? You're static. So, it's like, oh, well, he has to jump up here. You get me? So, he's prepared there. But, let's say you go like this and go flying across the box. His crosshair is going to be up here, looking at you. Then you jump, and he follows you. You get me? But then even if you wanted to, at this point, left-hand peek might be overpowered because his crosshair is nowhere near you. You get me? Or then just a quick reset and then a jump shot like that. And even this edit gets done wrong all the time. Same thing, people are back here. You know how free it is to hit someone back there? Literally just jump. They can be back here. Jump, and that peek is useless. And it just gives them a free headshot. But when you're like this, you get me? Or when you like pull an edit like this, and you're tight to it, you can come out to the side, you can come up. That's when they're overpowered, man. You need to be tight to the walls. And also, like, if he does plant the wall like this and you're tight to the wall, that is another great reason. You get me? He's going to plant it like this and you yellow it. Okay? If you yellow it, you also notice pros always tend to, like, get this left wall. They can just get out of that box. You get me? So there's no real, like, they put, as long as you have one wall here, better to have the left side, because if you have the right side, you have to run all the way across the box, and then he can pull an edit on you if he has this wall. Assuming he has the ramp, he probably is taking the wall, so you don't want this far side wall. You would let him have that. Just make sure you have your own wall right here, and then that way if he does place a ramp, cone, floor, full box you have this wall, and you have this ramp yellowed because you're so close to the wall, like I just said. So it's yellowed. It's yellowed. How do I make this go yellow, bro? There we go. It's yellowed. So you're not trapped now. You're not forced anywhere. So if you wanted to, you could get out like that. You get me? You're chilling. You're vibing. And if you time it right, he might actually just psycho out. And because you're yellowing it, he might go through. And then you move to this side. And he's stuck under there. And now you have a free peek. There's so many different scenarios, man. But I got to wrap this video up. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Remember to use creator code YTO Pricing in the item shop, man. But thank you so much for watching all the way through. Comment down below GOATed if you did watch the whole way, just so I know who my legends are. And let me know which one of these edits was the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Because I'm curious, because I just kind of invented half of them. But yeah, I'm out here, man. Thank you very much for your time. Hopefully the video was helpful. I will put some videos in the end screen right now that should be on screen to help you out. Mechanically and with rotations. I am out of here.